Hi friends, hope everyone is safe and doing well during this corona. So today I am at an interesting place. I am at my friend's place. He has a beautiful lovebird aviary. So I was visiting him, so I thought of through my vlog I will share some of his collections and we'll get to meet him. So my friend is here, Murugesh. This is Murugesh's aviary. Come Murugesh.
Hi all.
So Murugesh is having a beautiful lovebird aviary. I will ask Murugesh to give us a quick tour of his aviary and show us some of his wonderful collections. Guys, I have seen them very closely. They are fantastic. He has some very good high mutation African lovebirds. So Murugesh will show us. And I think you are talking about a surprise, right? So we'll hear about that. Stay tuned.
Start the video. I'm going to show you the first mutation. That's called, this is cobalt opline, which I have. Let me just show you. This is the pair. You can look at the clarity of the head and the quality. So we have 4 eggs laid, and then there's 2 hatched.
Wonderful.
And 2 more is pending.
And the chicks are looking very healthy. That's more important. The way you have maintained, this is excellent, guys. Look at this. Look at these offlines. They are premium quality offlines. This is, look at the head. Look at the edge marking. So this is what you call premium quality. Wonderful job, Murugesh.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Now next, what you are showing us?
Let me just show you actual proper pairing to get a quality blue upline. That's cobalt blue upline.
Friends, look at this. Look at the bird quality.
This is so.
Look at the size and stance of this bird.
This is the Duke for second clutch. This first clutch is done. That's a cobalt upline and a green fisher split upline. Sorry, split blue. Green fisher upline split blue. I'm sorry. That's what there. So, as we all know that we have to breed blue quality ones, then you need to mix with green to get the shine on the bird.
Size also, right? Very important, right? Guys, look at this offline quality. Look at the head marking. No patches on the top of the head. Look at the near the eye area also. This is what a premium quality offlines looks like. Look at the bird sitting stance. Look at the bird, how the way they're sitting. Every time when you're buying a bird from a breeder, you should look the parent quality also. So this is how the quality should be, a bird quality. Just imagine if this is the parent, what chicks quality you are going to get, right? Wonderful, Murugesh. This is great. Wow.
So this is the next pair. You can see a green upline female,
okay,
which is split blue again, and then the par blue split upline, par blue fisher split upline. And this few chicks are posted just based on the sizing of the chicks, and this is one of the chicks which is dilute upline. Dilute upline.
Friends, look at this dilute upline.
Violet dilute upline.
Amazing stuff. Amazing. The chicks looks very healthy. Wonderful, wonderful. What's next, Murugesh?
Next we have green upline female and green Fisher Ewing split upline, and you have 4 eggs laid.
All fertile eggs, wonderful. What results, guys? If you are keeping good quality birds, you don't have to worry about the results. A lot of friends, I saw there are posts in many blogs that people are talking about their birds are not laying eggs, birds are not good quality. It also depends, I think, the way you have kept your birds and the quality that your birds is having, the size and the quality is having. This is also important. A parent gene is also very important.
A few albinos here, which is still
maybe the evergreen albinos. This is what they call. They are never old mutation. They always have that demand in the market. These lovely albino birds.
Said to.
Fantastic.
To start because just a couple more months and I'm waiting for 12 months to go.
Okay. And I must say, Murugesh, your aviary, guys, look at the floor of the aviary. I think the cleanliness, I'm just showing you one important thing. Look at inside the bird. I still see that we gave some food and some little bit of lucid, I think, is here. I think it's very important to maintain a certain amount of hygiene for your birds so that your birds don't get infected as well. So Murugesh, look at how he has maintained. It's fantastic. You can't keep it exactly neat and clean. You don't have to be also, but this is what you need. You should keep the tray clean. Okay, let's see.
This the other pair. It's again same green Fisher offline male and Par Blue Fisher Ewing female.
Guys, that's a Par Blue Fisher Ewing female. Look at the female size. Look at the Ewing here. Beautiful.
Let's see the chicks now. We have 3 chicks coming out of this. It's the first clutch of this bird. And this is what the chicks is all is about.
Oh my
I can
goodness.
show you the chicks.
Sure.
That's Violet upline for you.
Guys, this is Violet offline. Look at, hold it, Murugesh. Give it to me. Guys, I want you to take a look at the offline head quality. Take a look at this offline head quality. Now in the bright light, so if anyone having a single doubt, you can clear it off. This is what we call a quality offline chick. Wonderful job, Murugesh.
That's what green and
This
blue
is
gives
what
to
an
you.
offline. If you think that this is sable, guys, this is not sable. Look at the tail. Look at the markings. Look at the markings on the tail. Look at the offline tail marking. This is what an offline. And if this is a chick, the molting is yet to be done. Just imagine how the head quality will be. Wonderful, healthy chick. I hope I have just hold them in my hand.
I have a green Fisher Ewing.
Wonderful.
I'm sure that's a male because we have female Fisher.
Guys, look at the Ewing. Look at the Ewing here on the markings. Look here. Beautiful.
And I have a blue upline which need maybe a molting for a.
Oh my god, guys. This is what an offline quality should be. And look at the bird, the way they are sitting.
It's a chick
It's
basically.
a chick. The way he is sitting, the bird looks so healthy. Look that bird in my hand. It's in my hand. Look this
Sorry.
bird. It's beautiful. What is the next?
Next is the as
The
evergreen.
kind of mutation you have shown us till now is
That's
definitely
that's
the
albino.
best mutations I have ever seen.
That's
Guys, that's another albino. Look at the size of that albino bird.
Not sure. The female is not coming. Should come.
Okay.
I don't want to because female is not coming out. Then it has 4 eggs, 2 hatched and 2 pegged.
Okay, that's fine. Let's not disturb that, guys. So it's we'll move on to another pair. Tell us what
This pair is actually a very interesting pair. It's a we normally say that you put a
right.
we put a bird in a flight cage and see which gets paired and you leave it naturally. That's how this pair has got paired. If you see look
It's
at
a pretty aggressive female. Oh my.
that's a Lutino Fisher female which is paired with Cobalt masked male.
Guys, look at that possessive mother. Oh my god. And I'll show you a glimpse of the chicks as well. Yeah.
And you have a Par Blue chick
Wonderful.
and then a Cobalt Fisher chick.
Guys, I hope you are noticing the Fisher marking on the head. Look at the marking. Beautiful.
That's little aggressive. That's a
That's
male
a
for you.
male.
It's got paired naturally is what we have to say, but I didn't want to disturb
guys,
it.
Watch how the male is sitting on the perch. Whenever you are buying a bird, you should watch how the bird sits, health and quality. Very nice.
Thank you. Next we are going to see is a Lutino Fisher female and an albino male. Just awaiting for this. Laying is not started yet. It's the second round.
Wonderful.
That's a
The beauty of red eyes.
albino female and a Lutino Fisher male.
Fantastic. Excellent size.
It's just remove the box and basically if you see it's a
Sometimes you need to remove the box as well, right? Just to give the bird some
yes,
rest.
very much because birds need rest actually. If you don't give them a rest, it's very difficult because birds in the wild spends a lot of time outside the cage and the
Right.
box. But right now, what we do is just keep the box there. That's a Pablo hedge female for you, and a Bow Fisher male for you. So I just given them the rest. I thought maybe I'll give them 10-15 days rest.
And if you give rest, if parents are of this quality, my friend, if you give enough rest to the bird to recover and then again go on laying mode, I think Murugesh, the season is coming, so this is not late yet. This is a much needed rest for a good quality bird.
Very much.
So that you can accept better actually clutches.
Basically, people has a misconception that you just keep the box there and that it keeps breeding it. But
Right,
what
right.
happens is first clutch it gives you 4 out of 4 or 5 out of 5. And second clutch it gives 3 out of 4
Right.
or 5 out of 3. The third clutch it just goes on. But when you actually give a rest, the next clutch is 100% to you. Basically, you are benefited as individuals, rather than just saying that no, bird is breeding, I should not disturb it and just leave it the box there. Let the third clutch go, then I'll remove the box. No, after every clutch, maybe you can give a 10-15 days rest, not 3 months, at least 15 days. That will give the bird good time to recover from the previous clutch and come back to the next clutch. That's what I try to do.
That's wonderful advice, guys, and this is what you are seeing the results. So this is not somebody coming on an internet and just sharing some random yarn. So I think Murugesh have already applied this for his birds. Today you are seeing the results and the man himself is giving us the tips. So thanks Murugesh for that.
This is one more. This is basically your violet upline here again. That's again a fostered of the blue uplines pair that I had. Here the violet sable is the male and blue sable is the female. You can look at the size of the birds. That's the two birds, and then you have 2 Pablo Fisher chicks and 1 violet upline Fisher.
Wonderful health is also important.
See, right now I've just left with the parents. Next 10 days I'm going to see the chicks going to be with the parents, and I'm going to remove the chicks after 10 days and leave 5 days more for the parents to get regroup for the next clutch.
Birds are enjoying.
Very
Okay,
much.
so,
So the next one
let's
is,
see the next one.
that's basically we have a Pablo mystery male and a violet Fisher female. And what
So
you
the
have?
beauty of misty birds, guys.
This is one Pablo, just I think maybe it's what? It's Pablo
Wonderful.
Fisher female, and then you have a mystery chick.
So I want to show you guys something. So if you are buying a Fisher birds, how can you find a good quality Fisher bird? So Fisher birds, watch out for the marking on the head. You see that the front there is a clean, there is a bit of a inch maybe, a cleanness that is required. And then look at this marking. Look at this blackness. Okay, Murugesh, can you hold this bird for me for a second? I just wanted to show the marking. So look at the marking. So this blackness that you are seeing, it should not come on this collar. This blackness should start from here and fall from this side. This is what the Fisher marking. And look at the uniform blackness. This is the beauty. This is a chick, guys. This still needs to molt, and just imagine what color it will come out. Wonderful.
This is a mystery.
This is a mystery.
Pablo Fisher.
That's the beauty. Look at the Fisher marking on this, guys. Look at the chick. Such a healthy chick. Wonderful,
Flip it
wonderful.
back. One of the chick is of this actually. This pair. This particular chick.
Okay.
That's the same. The alternative one.
Right.
That's again the same parents. That's 3 chicks.
Fantastic.
Then we have something for you, and this is just sorry.
I see a green Fisher.
It's a green Fisher split Pablo female,
Wow.
and this is upline Ewing, cobalt upline Ewing female.
Guys, guess what is the result going to be? This is a green Fisher split upline, split blue. Is it, Murugesh?
Yes, you're right.
And this is a cobalt Ewing upline.
Yes, this pair I've just put because the quality of the upline head needs to be improved. That's one of the reasons which I have put.
And also the size matters, right? If you pair it with the green, isn't it?
Very much. And we all know what is peacock, right? It's a bird of national bird of India, and the mixture of peacock is what? Blue and
Green.
green.
Correct.
That's why we see the shine on the bird, and that's exactly what we are talking. It's
Wonderful.
all about.
Wonderful.
We have A very interesting pair here. Again, my main focus is to just ensure to produce both splits, and then I increase my stock. As of now, that's something which I've been looking at. This is again a green Fisher Opline.
What color and what size?
And Par Blue Fisher Ewing female. That's what is paid for.
Guys, look at the Fisher marking on the head. As I said, if you remember what I just said a few minutes back, look at the marking on this bird. There's an orange tip, clean orange tip, and then the marking starts and it flows through the back of the head. There's zero marking on the neck side. That's how an actual Fisher should look like. And if your bird is at this color and this size, you can be rest assured you are getting a dhamaka in your breeding season.
So let's start for next one, which is having 2 chicks in it. It's basically again a Lutino. This is a split Opline Lutino Fisher male, and then the same bloodline female. So what we have as a result right now is that's 1 chick for you.
Beautiful Lutino.
That's
Let me show them with my hand.
And then you have one more.
Oh my god.
These are 2 little ones, and then we have there's a 3 chicks. I have fostered 1 chick. I'll show you later.
They're wonderful.
Basically, all the fosterings are done not to breed more. It is to ensure there is enough size balancing done. And
I want you to say that again. That's a very important message, because when people say fostering, we normally tend to think about it's a money-minded thing. But here, what we are talking about fostering is not for just, it's not for money. There's a reason behind it. So I wanted to say that message again.
So as Ms. Saurav was mentioning, the fosterings are done here is just to manage the size of the chicks. The size, it's basically called a sizing. Everybody knows. It's just to ensure there's an even size in the box to ensure that all the chicks gets feeded well by the parents. So that's all my fostering. All fosterings are all only for a reason of sizing and to get enough quality chicks out of it, not to breed more.
Fantastic. That's a very important message. Please keep that in mind. If you are doing fostering, there is no harm. There is no harm in doing fostering if you have good intentions in mind. You are actually working on that mutation. You are working towards a better, quality and size of that mutation. It's absolutely fine and fair.
Which is why you can see there are chicks mixed here, there are chicks mixed there, but it's all on even sizes actually. That's where the difference is. All comes at once and all eats at once, and then all to separate at once. Otherwise, it's very difficult. Out of 4 chicks, 1 is still there, sitting at the bottom of the cage, and 1 is eating and 1 is dominating.
How much time you spend every day, Murugesh, in your aviary?
I spend 1 hour a day. I work for a private company in Bangalore in hospitality sector. I'm sure everybody knows what is service industry is all about. So it takes a lot, but I give 1 hour good quality. I get up and the first thing I do is to come to my bird room to ensure the birds are not drinking the previous day water. So that's the main motto, to wake up and come straight to the bird room. Otherwise, 24 hours old water is there and it starts drinking and eating and going into the feeding the same to the chick. To ensure to avoid that, the first thing I do in the bird room is to remove the water and keep it away, and then I do all other process of cleaning a daily routine job.
I think even if you are spending 1 hour quality time in your bird room, that's also enough to keep your birds healthy and active, and your result shows it. So it's not that something we are just randomly claiming on the internet. Guys, you can see the results today, and if this is the results after what Murugesh just shared with us, hats off. This is doing a fantastic stuff. Murugesh is aviary. So Murugesh, show us what you have here.
Here you have a Par Blue Slaty male and then a Violet Fisher female. It's laid. It has 6 eggs and 5 are fertile. I'm sure the other one will get fertile in few days.
Brilliant. Wonderful.
And this is a female which I've just given a rest again. As I said, it's a
guys. There is no other bird on this cage. Look at this. This is what when you call about rest. This is what you mean. We definitely need to give the rest to the female. Let's hear from Murugesh what he is talking about.
you look at the quality of the bird actually, the color and the sharpness of the orange hood completely. That's how the bird is for you. And very importantly, what you need to note is, it looks like a Ewing, but it's not an Ewing. As we all know, Ewing is an incomplete mutation. It is having a shade of Ewing, but not an Ewing actually.
That's an important input. So you are keeping this female for a rest?
For a rest right now. So maybe once I have a male which is need to be rested, then I'll pair it.
Wonderful.
This is the other pair. This is, I'll just open, I'm sorry, I have to move the case little because of the angle. Green Fisher. Yeah, this is again to you as a Green Fisher split Pablo male and a Cobalt Ewing Fisher female. And also I heard it's a possible split offline male. But for
guys, look at the quality of the Fisher. Wonderful colors.
I have two chicks. As I said, there's a fostering chick here. I can show you if required. The Lutino Fisher split upline, what we saw is one of the chick is that, and one is this chick is a first clutch, so it's just one chick hatched out of 3 eggs laid, I'm sure. And then I have
More to come.
a small one Green Fisher upline, semi-adult just getting ready, and then I have a violet.
With the violet.
No, it's a violet Fisher male. Both are males, and I'm just waiting for it to turn to 12. As of now, it's around 11 months, maybe a month later.
That's another nuggets for you guys. So, what do you think the minimum age when we should start?
See,
What's your observation?
if you talk about an observation of breeding a bird, minimum 12 months is required for a bird to get it ready. But if you just leave it in a lot, you will see that it's starting its own initiation, and it happens with every species. With human also, you see the teenagers are starting to float around. The similar things the birds happens. What most of the breeders, what we do is we think about, it started flirting, let's give a box. It's become a fair, let's give a box. That's not the way you should be looking at. You should just give minimum 12 months. Then you'll see the actual molt of the bird. The second molt completes, the shine on the bird and the size of the bird comes into. Then you'll see, the moment you see those coming in, you automatically you'll come to know that the birds are ready now for a breed. It gives you that impact. The notice that every day you notice that there's a time that you feel the birds are ready for now to, breed. That is the time you should give. It's not that just it's playing, it's feeding each other, let's give a box. That's not how we should be doing it.
So viewers, I think we have got some wonderful tips, and Murugesh, your collections are amazing. I thank you so much for allowing me into this bird space and with patience showing us all these mutations. Guys, anybody can buy birds. I want to say this because I have faced a lot of issues when I wanted to start this hobby, but there are few friends who always supported me to pursue this hobby, and Murugesh is one of them. And I think the kind of experience he has in this, you can see today's results. We have shown you all the mutations and all the birds. So Murugesh is also talked about a surprise. So I think it is time. I know this video is getting very long, but we'll maybe cover it in few parts. But I want Murugesh to talk about the surprise that he is having for us. Let's hear it from the man. So what's the surprise, Murugesh?
Surprise is all about to encourage the new fanciers to coming inside this field. At the same time, also motivate the existing fanciers to be or to do an organic bird farming. Organic bird farming is all about to know how well or how we know to manage the bird farming without using much of multivitamins or any other chemicals into it. Try and use the home remedies or natural ways that we can cure whatever the small infection that we are getting in. Or maybe there are a lot of resources or a lot of food that we don't know. Each individual around the globe knows lot of things. Like our ancestors know a lot of medical aspects at home we don't know, but likewise still there are a lot of breeders across the globe knows many ways to handle the birds in organic way. I want to learn all and bring all that on a particular platform to ensure everybody gets that knowledge and shares, and let's all do a hobby with the least possible using chemicals or minerals which we want to use it. So the motto is this: the contest is all about giving one of the evergreen world and gold, what we say in a red-eye bird. I'm not disclosing which is are going to be given. It's going to be a surprise. I will definitely give it, and one bird for a winner, and the contest details I will share it in my YouTube channel. That will be Lovebirds PNT Every, and I will share it in maybe a week's time. I'm just waiting for the clutches to come out so that I'll get a little more time, because I get a single day in a week to do this additional video aspects. I will do it maybe next week or maybe forthcoming week, and I'll share you all the details about the contest, how it's going to be.
That's a news, guys. That's a news coming in. First of all, on a serious note, I think what Murugesh said, I absolutely agree. Guys, in my blog you have always seen, I think I always talk about natural food, natural remedies for the birds, because these birds, they don't get medicines in the nature. They get natural medicines, of course. So as much as you can, and I'm sure there are millions of people out there, bird lovers, they are following something or other for their birds. So I think, Murugesh, this is a great initiative to bring everything into a single platform where we can share, we can learn from each other. That's great. And another boost is, I am really looking forward to get a bird from Murugesh's aviary. And guys, you also have that chance. So Murugesh just said, I think red-eye bird, you said?
I'm just giving a clue. It's a red-eye bird. I'm not going to say.
Oh my God! All right. So guys, it's red-eye. Okay, we know the fascination of red-eye bird. So game on. Wear your game socks and be ready. Murugesh is going to share. I'm also going to put the description of Murugesh's channel into my blog. So follow that. Subscribe to Murugesh's channel for more surprises and more expert tips on lovebird breeding or pursuing lovebird hobby as a hobby is very important. I follow Murugesh. I learnt a lot. So I hope you all enjoyed today's vlog. Thank you so much for your support for the Pet Planetarium blog. Do share your comments and feedback. If you don't like anything, let me know also, so that or if you want to know something, I will try my best through my network to reach them and ask them to share some of their tips. And Murugesh, once again, thank you so much for your time today.
You're most welcome.
And sharing with us your aviary, showing us all your high mutation birds.
Sure.
Guys, stay safe, maintain social distances, and take care of your birds. Give them proper food and maintain a hygiene in your aviary. Wishing everyone best of luck for the upcoming breeding season. Bye.
Stay tuned. Bye.